Hello, it's time for another public announcement. We have come in for some criticism about our attitude towards hire boaters, but we only report things as they are. But I thought, in the interests of balance, I've put a compilation of clips together from our videos that are all on YouTube, and some of them have been there 3-4 years. Just showing that it's not just hire boaters that cause us problems, despite what one or two people might think. I think it's selective viewing. So I've put a few clips together. So I hope we can knock this one on the head once and for all. We haven't got it in for hire boaters.
Can I just say, in a lovely, non-moaning way, but
we've met some arseholes.
Really quite horrible people. Someone just shouted at me and said I had my key. Yes, she had a key ready for the electric lock. The fact that she was nowhere near, yeah, but she was nowhere near the lift bridge.
She said I got my key out first.
Yes,
we got our key out when we left. Oh, sorry, effing home.
But
I didn't mean to say that the boat was anywhere near this.
Our boat was well closer, but anyway, me being me, I decided she could go first.
Yeah, it put us in a really difficult position.
Yeah, but I let her go first, but I didn't expect her to give me a gobful.
You can see that awful bend with the tree sticking out of it.
Well, it's a chicane, to be honest.
It's a chicane, and there's somebody painting the boat the other side of it. It's very busy here. 3 boats waiting to come up, just us coming down. There's 2 solo boaters helping each other. It's nice to get help, but when he kept on beckoning me and insisting that I came into the lock when the other boat hadn't left it. We tried that in one of our other videos. Somebody hit his head on. Sure he means well. I think we've just upset somebody.
Yeah.
3 boats coming through that bridge.
We had nowhere to go. We let 2 through.
We had nowhere to go. Single passage. We let 2 through. I was going to pull over and Tom was going to hold us into the side, but he beckoned us through.
He's not very happy.
No, he's got stuck. And I asked him if he wanted us to help him to pull off, and he said, "No, thank you very much."
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
If you are watching, we're sorry we upset you.
Somebody's just tossed themselves off in front of us because they saw us coming. We got the Hurlston flight of 4 locks coming up. But what they don't know is we're not in a hurry.
And what they also don't care about is that we're not in a hurry.
Yeah.
Come on.
We came out of the T-junction at Hardings Wood, where the Macclesfield meets the Trenton Mersey, and it's very narrow. We have got some video footage of it, and I can't leave the sound on, I'm afraid.
But you will be honest, when we went onto the Macclesfield, we totally messed up and it took ages.
Oh yeah, we totally messed up, but there was only us there.
Yeah.
So there's a big wide stretch of the Trenton Mersey and a really, really tight... Ethel, leave me dead cat alone. A really tight bit of the Macclesfield joining it. And some bloke comes running around the corner and says, "There's a boat coming."
He's nice.
I know he was, but it was the boat that was coming. And I said, "Well, tell them to stay there where they've got loads of room." But no, they met us coming under the bridge. There was a long stretch with a slight bend, so you can't see round it, of visitor moorings, and it's single passage past them. Why on earth anybody moors there is totally beyond me. But Tom was walking onto the lock in front,
and I had a word with this gentleman who was, when I got to him, he was still all tied up, but I noticed messing with the fenders, and I knew that John was a bit worried because it was quite tight. So I said to him, "You're not going now, are you?" He said, "Oh, no, I'm not going just yet, I'm not going." I said, "Well, be very careful because there's a boat coming and there's not much room." He said, "Yeah, I know there's not much room." Anyway, I carried on because I had to get to the lock, and then
he cast off right in front of me. So there were a few more expletives. I won't quote what was said, and there's no footage. There's no footage of this. I asked him if he saw me coming, and he said he wasn't sure whether he had.
But he was told you were coming.
But he left me with nowhere to go, and he pushed me into a moored boat. And I haven't really got any sympathy, because if you're going to moor in a stupid place like that...
Yeah, but John, it's not their fault. We're trying to be a bit nicer today.
It is their fault.
We're losing all our viewers today.
I'm giving people a realistic view of what it's like on the cut. It is their fault, because we would never moor on a single lane, on a blind bend. I mean, I'm sorry, but you get everything that you deserve. So, he hit me and pushed me into a moored boat.
Yeah.
And I said, "Why did you pull out?" He said, "I thought you might have wanted my mooring."
Yeah.
You can't argue with stupid.
Oh my God. Just banged my knee.
That bloke there is parked on a blind bend. With a single passing place only, and he's painted his boat. And there's all lovely straight stretches here. Why on earth he thinks that's the appropriate place to park his boat and paint it? I have no idea.
Is that a boat?
But we just had a bit of lock rage. Tom went down to open the lock for me, and somebody thought, "Oh, that's good, I'll just pull off my mooring and go in." I don't think so. Just on the road bridge at Granbury, and there was a boat behind us, so I let them come through, because I've got to wait for Tom to close the bridge anyway. I'm hoping they might return the favour at this next lift bridge. We'll see. Well, it doesn't look as though the favour is being returned, because they've lifted the bridge for themselves. Ah, well, we'll go to heaven. So then, yesterday, when we were coming through Middlewich, there was a bloke coming towards us. He'd come off a mooring the other side of a bridge, so I slowed down as much as possible. And he came through the bridge and went onto another mooring spot perfectly, absolutely perfectly. So I'm hovering. I've got no throttle on, but you know, if anybody knows about boats, if you're not moving, you can't steer. So I was just coasting, and he went into a mooring space perfectly, and then came straight out of it again and went right across the canal, hitting me, pushing me into another moored boat. So we've had enough of private boats.
Right, anyway.
The leapfrogging boat.
My best thing I've ever seen in my life was, right, there's a boat coming out of the lock, and then this other boat decides it wants to go in the lock before they've got out. So I kind of joked with the person.
Was in Middlewich as well.
Yeah, I kind of joked with the person that I said, "I thought you were going to leapfrog," and she said, "Well, I thought they were going the same way as us."
Yeah, the gates opened, and there's a pointy end of a boat sitting there looking at it, and so she drove straight at it.
Bless her.
Private boater. Anyway. Well, I know when it was. It was exactly 10:15. I said to Tom, "No one's passed us since we arrived," which surprised me, because it's a busy place. And within seconds, we heard almighty revving an engine and a 90s disco going on right outside our boat.
He's got good speakers.
He has got good speakers mounted to the outside of his boat, because the geriatric 12-year-old obviously thought...
How can you be a geriatric 12-year-old?
Well, he was.
Alright.
In his head he was 12. He obviously thought that we would all like his music. Yep.
John doesn't tend to shout at people. You know, sometimes people go fast. We've all done daft things sometimes. But I can't tell you what he said. But you were a bit rude out the window, weren't you?
I'd got a boiling pan of potatoes on.
No, there's going fast, and there's going...
Well, he slowed down after I'd shouted at him, but it was too late. He nearly put us on the towpath. I've just come. This is the 3rd of 15, I think. Sun's shining, it's lovely. But some cheeky so-and-so's just come out of the mooring here when they could see us coming out the lock, and they've gone right down there to jump the queue. So normally we'd help the boat in front, but on this occasion we're not. We're staying here until they've gone.
Apple's just been in the first boat crash.
We've just had our first head-on collision. I'm not pointing any fingers. All I'll say is we were stationary and the other boat was being driven by a woman.
who was very nice.
She did apologise.
No. It's nothing to do with being a woman. Her male husband had told her to go through when they were in the room.
Her husband had told her to go into the lock that we were coming out of while we were still in it. Granted, it was a double lock, and technically there was enough room, but only one gate was open. That was the one we were coming out of, so she just hit us square on. So we might sink later. We'll see.